You didn't set up the audio. We can't hear anything.
Danny McDevitt.
Hey.
Heffelfinger. Every week I'm Dickie, and it's Grim After Dark.
Welcome to Grim After Dark, Warhammer 40,000's only late night talk show. For some reason, the only Warhammer 40,000 podcast you can hear being produced in the introduction. My name is John, and I'm here to misinform and entertain as we talk about the goings-on over the last week in the world of Warhammer. This week, we're going to round up what's happening in our Holiday Hobby Challenge. We're going to check out some Russian propaganda and around the net. And we have a special Christmas edition of The Price is Right. And we're going to get caught up in our mailbag. And if you like what you're seeing, one, you're a little crazy, but you can support us by liking or subscribing wherever it will let you. And if you're able to, throw a couple dollars our way by becoming a member on YouTube or commenting below with the answer to this question: what is the next new army in 40K? See, I changed it this week. We're cooking with gas now. Before we go on, let's meet the team who make it possible. First up, he's the co-host with the co-most. He's our competitive champion all the way from Moscow, Idaho. It's Danny McDevitt.
John, is my most based on mass?
I think
I have the most mass of all the co-hosts.
Not on purpose, but it's an accurate statement, so we'll stick with it.
No, I'm happy with it either way.
Yeah, in our third place of mass, it's going to be the beautiful face of everything square base. He's a fantasy enthusiast, casual 40K enjoyer. It's Val Heffelfinger.
Ahoy hoy.
And Dickie.
I really bungled that intro. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, have you been producing the show longer than I produced the show yet?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. Beautiful. We do get a lot of love here.
Wait, can I just ask, what happens when I do? Are you just going to lay into me like it's no tomorrow? Or
No, I just wonder if I'll lose the stigma of being the most incompetent producer.
Definitely the worst glasses. That's all yours.
Dang, dude.
You do have a good collection of eyewear, though, let's be fair.
I've got two pairs of sunglasses these days. I like to flaunt them when I can.
Almost like two identities. You have your Val Heffelfinger glasses and your Val Heffel toe glasses.
Heffel toe. I really want to get these made with like the. What do you think? What do you think, Daddy? The Galmaraz or maybe a twin-tail comet?
Oh,
what do you think?
Do you think either of those things are trademarked? Probably not.
Well, you think this Berserker's not trademarked?
What Berserker? That could
exactly. Could be anybody. This is just Reese defending his home. That's all it is.
Keeping count at home. That was 90 seconds before we had a fantasy reference. Good job, Val. We're getting in there faster and faster.
I got a Mance sitting right behind me. I mean, the fantasy reference was apparent from the start.
That's fair. That's fair. And don't take off your glasses for effect to have another pair of glasses behind. It's been done before. This week, the comment of the week is brought to you by our friends at Frontline Gaming. Speaking of Reese defending his home in full Berserker armor, you can get all of your product there with 15% off every day, or even better, get secondhand stuff. Help them clear out old junk that no one else wanted. I bought a whole bunch of Necrons there last year that were crap at the time, and now they're great. Look at me. Speculating to accumulate.
Nice.
Anyway, this week is all about me not remembering. This was an actual comment on last week's episode. It says, "What is the movie with space wizards? Don't leave me hanging." Danny, Val, Dickie, I have no recollection of this whatsoever.
Oh, I brought it up because I watched a movie that I didn't finish that had space wizards, and I couldn't finish it.
What movie was it?
I don't remember what it was called.
I was going to say, just leave it hanging again.
It was on Amazon. If that helps, that probably doesn't help. It was free, and deservedly so.
None of that information helps. A movie you can watch for free on Amazon that's bad.
About space wizards. So
that's
just
space wizard.
Space
Amazon.
Here,
as someone who has watched a lot of bad Amazon movies in the background while working at his job right now, that doesn't narrow it down a lot. But we're excited to find out.
Could it possibly be Battle in Space, the Armada Attacks?
Yeah, that could be it.
Cool. Jesus. Then we answered the question.
There's also a Reddit thread here entitled, "It is a movie about space wizards."
I was being sarcastic, but Val, looks like you found it right on the head by just Googling Amazon Space Wizard and not like ignoring the Jeff Bezos
That
ones.
seems like that could be a whole other video category, though.
It's true.
Yeah.
True. And a terrible.
It might
terrible
just
category.
be talking about Star Wars fans taking Star Wars 2 seriously, because ultimately it's a movie about space wizards.
It's true.
It's true. It's just a
I mean, it hits pretty hard.
Yeah.
Star Wars is just a regurgitated hash of the story of myth, the hero's journey. And it's the same plot points over and over, but we enjoy it. But anyway, moving on. What a great question.
Why don't you take a sip of that wine and calm yourself down there, bud?
Okay.
Your literary reference. Yeah, okay. That's what I'd like to see.
Okay.
That's power right there.
You didn't say out of what receptacle. So that's on you. That's
I'm
not
gonna
on
be honest
me.
with you. I liked the drinking straight out of the bag. I respect that.
That's how you know we require more support at Patreon or YouTube.com. So I'm drinking wine straight out of the bag. Let's jump into some. What's that?
Keep drinking garbage wine out of a bag?
Yeah.
Help him out.
Is that what you're
yeah.
gonna do? Is that what you're gonna drink? You're gonna drink some garbage wine out of a garbage bag? Is that what you're gonna do? Huh?
You know what? I'm going to move to a glass as we move to State of Play. It's a transition. That's why we're professional. The content shit, but man, are the transitions and all the parts smooth. Big Papa C, I'm disappointed by the lack of soccer jerseys today. I will say it's quite cold in my house, and I also came straight from work, which is, to be fair, one room that way and right beside all of my clothes. But we're just in here. We're doing it. Guys, Mark M in our Grimcord, which you can get access to by supporting us here, is running a holiday hobby challenge that we highlighted last week. That's a lot of H words. Yep. And I thought today we could look at some of the progress that's been made so far throughout this. And maybe you could give your expert critique on kind of what's been presented so far.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. So first up here are these beautiful guys. I will say the unknown artist did spend the entirety of Wreck-It Ralph putting Agrax Earthshade on all of these as he insanely tries to just batch paint an entire army.
Feels early in the process for Agrax Earthshade, I feel.
That's true.
Kinda like, it's kind of like skipping to the end.
So what I do for my guys anyway is they're lead belcher and then Agrax Earthshade, and that gets kind of the metal color down. And then you paint on top of that and Agrax away. But man, I could just sit and do one step over and over and over again. I'm having a blast with these Necrons. I built the Overlord with the Translocation Shroud. What a fantastic model! That thing is 4 parts. That's it.
Not very many pieces. It's really nice.
It's really nice. The Lightning Lord, what's his name? Imhotep. Yeah. Great model as well. That kit was really satisfying to build. But yeah, beautiful. That's what I did yesterday.
Isn't he beefy?
He's so beefy. And then Danny, I was going to ask you a question. Say if someone, maybe the hobbyist here, was getting 4 heavy destroyers and 2 of them broke off their base because they're stupid fucking models. What's the best way to repair that?
My experience is when those break, I tend to pin them in the same place that the joint was previously. So I just drill out that part, drill out the base, because it's designed to have a long rod inserted in there. And so I'll just pin them to their base and then glue that with super glue, John.
Yeah. I like Kim L's suggestion. He said, I think you should get mad.
Yeah.
Which is what I did.
Or get even.
Fair. Speaking of getting even.
I have a quick question. Do you guys realize that Emotech is a reference to the 1999 Brendan Fraser film, The Mummy?
Yes. What? With the guy who looks like Vin Diesel? But like Vin Diesel's cousin.
Oh, come on! You can't do that to him. Oh,
Vin
what's
Diesel?
his name? No, he's the mean boyfriend in Titanic too. What the hell's his
Billy
name?
Zane. He
Billy
was also
Zane!
the Phantom.
Yeah.
Yes, he was the Phantom. Billy Zane.
Beautiful.
God bless him. Great voice, that Billy Zane.
Wonderful. But you know what?
I think he's also got a cousin in Crash Test Dummies.
Yeah.
Band.
It's Vin Diesel.
It's interesting how much Games Workshop seems to fixate on that movie, because they launched an entire fantasy army based on that movie, and then they also released a 40K army based on that movie.
Well, it was just specifically Emotep, who's the villain from The Mummy.
Right.
And not, as far as I can tell, in my brief Googling of it while you guys were talking about Agrax Earthshade first. They remixed it with Emo Tech, which I thought was kind of cute.
He's a
It's kind of
robot.
cute because he's a robot.
Do you guys think there's any kind of correlation between the fact that Tom Cruise released a reboot of the Mummy about the same time that GW planned to re-release the Old World?
I am unaware of the Tom Cruise reboot of The Mummy.
And you call yourself an Old World fan. Moving on.
That's not fair. That's not fair. Hold on. Brendan Fraser finally rehabilitates his career by playing a morbidly obese man, and gets nominated for an Academy Award, only to have Tom Cruise steal his title role. Is this possible?
I mean, it already has happened.
It's happened. It was years ago.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't even think the time frame works up for the joke, but I was like, I'm going to go with it anyway.
Universal wanted to they wanted to maintain their license.
What the hell? Tom Cruise and The Mummy from 2017?
Yeah, that's right
terrible.
about the time we started hearing rumors about Old World.
Soylent Green is people? This is crazy.
Yeah. But as you can see, Danny, like if you look at the Necrons we have assembled here, is a bunch of stuff. So we have some Tesla Immortals, some Heavy Destroyers, nothing really world breaking or kind of gaming the new codex, just some kind of good things. But I want to, like, we have our next person here who has their hobby challenge. What are we looking at here?
Oh, that looks like some wraiths that this person bought off of eBay.
On 40 millimeters, what is going on?
Yeah, they need to get their bases to get their bases redone, put on 50s.
Good God.
Obviously hasn't even started yet.
Glutton for punishment, whomever this is.
Hey, whoever this is, when they order 50s, if they want to order one more or like 5 more, because I have some rates that need rebased as well. Whoever it might be.
I'll see what I can do for them, John.
Yeah. We'll leave
I
it out.
probably have 150 millimeter round bases.
Really?
Yeah, just because I rebase all the shit that I buy from AOS. So I have so many round bases of every roundness.
You're like a Camoan with your 3D printers. You're like a million bases with a million more on the way. Just print away.
that's so funny.
But yeah, Danny getting into the Wraith meta, which, you know, I can't say shit about.
Yeah, I only had 6, John, so I needed at least another 6. I probably should.
Well, the fact that you don't instantly go and buy 18 says a lot of volumes about you as a comp player.
You know, I saw someone once.
I don't want to say that. Your words.
Just on the topic of Wraith modeling, because they are so, you know, annoying as a model. I saw someone model them. I think it was my friend Caleb model them as like scorpions.
Oh yeah.
And but I feel like it made them just so much more usable rather than being on their little tiny whippy tails.
Well, yeah, it's a huge modeling for advantage. Like,
how's the modeling for advantage? Exactly?
I think. Well, because the large part of the model is low to the ground, easy to hide behind a wall, and the tail is just up. It's way easier to hide a tail than it is a big old cockroach body like these guys.
And honestly, on the 50s, they're not bad. They're pretty well supported.
They look good on 50s.
Yeah, they look really good on 50s.
Guys, I'm just saying. Okay,
you are.
Just
moving on, we have some of the most beautiful skin I've ever seen painted, and you guys know how much I love skin. There's at least 4 different ones here on this giant model from Mark.
Yeah, that's good.
Loving the thighs. Like
toenails.
And who doesn't? Who doesn't? Toenails and thighs. That's where we're at. Val, comments on this beautiful boy? Oh shit, he had to pull his glasses off.
Oh.
I just wonder if that's a slap chopping or not, or some sort of a glaze going on.
Oh, it could be. Yeah, I could see that being slap chopped.
Could be, and that's I just love I just love the method so much. I'm just I'm an aficionado of the slap chop.
We'll never.
And I don't want to accuse someone using an advanced technique of slap chopping, but man, sometimes you can make that slap chop look like something advanced. But just the way that cowl is picking up certain little, doesn't look like it was edge. It looks like it was pre-shaded at the very least. I think it looks gorgeous.
Shadow,
it's great.
Beautiful giant.
I do find these giants somewhat tragic because they are ultimately pretty monopose.
Yeah. But there's
Yeah.
only so much you can do with like human models with like bare skin.
That makes
It's
no
not like
sense.
you can ball join them.
Were you a writer for the original Warhammer Fantasy? I can't do anything with this human body. There's only I'm too constrained.
Bring me the Perry twins.
John, actually, I wanted to follow up on an earlier anecdote. I'm curious
yeah.
to know whether or not in the Black Street.
Who's going to enjoy the music Dickie's playing for us?
Thank you, Dickie. Just wanted to know in the famous Black Street song "No Diggity," do you think the reference of "I got to bag it up" (brackets bag it up) refers to drinking wine from a bag?
Well, first off, I like the way you work it, so I can't really.
No diggity.
I really can't go that. But like, I would say no because bag it up implies putting something in a bag. Whereas with something as fine as an inflated bag,
I
fumbled the bag. Something as fine as an inflated bag of wine. That would have nothing added to it.
Would you not lift the bag up to imbibe from it, hence bagging it up?
You know, I'm going to put the bag down as much as possible because far enough down the bag, it will start to put me down. So it's important that I get those early legs in.
That's fair.
Really kind of raise the self-confidence.
Just to be clear, I'm pretty sure the song's referring to potentially condom usage, though that doesn't make a lot of sense either.
No.
That doesn't seem real.
I would not write a romantic song telling people to put condoms on. That seems very anti-rock.
Yeah, John is notorious.
As someone with multiple children from multiple women.
No diggity.
Notorious anti-condom John Quennell.
Yeah.
He's not going to tell people to back it up.
No, dude. Pope fucking loves me. Moving on. We have Russell with his Stormtrooper inspired guard.
Oh,
which
nice.
that scheme looks amazing. I can never paint white because I would go to put the black parts on and then I would miss and then I would get mad and throw it in the trash.
Yep.
That limited edition Kazarkin Sergeant looks real freaking cool.
Yeah.
I totally forgot that these are new models. I was like, oh, nice throwbacks. But these are like actually current models. That's sick.
Yeah. They re-updated. They look great. The Kazarkin ones do. Yeah.
And then last couple here, we have a kind of mashed together Welshman and Master Hands here. Something that you guys all recognize on the top, and then some cool Shatterpoint, because this is a Shatterpoint podcast.
It is. 40K.
Some Shatterpoint at the bottom as well. But everyone doing great work on getting through. And I'm doing my traditional 2,000 points in a month that I do every December. So I'm excited. Danny, are you excited to work on those rates?
Yeah, as soon as I get done with finals this week, I'm hoping I can get them done this weekend, and maybe my Emotech and the Field Lord.
Nice. Excited to see that.
Does the 3 armies that I like rebased and painted up and like got going last month for the Square Base GT, do they count?
Let me see. If I go, it looks like we're counting stuff from December and January. Right. Did you do it in December and January?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay. No. And by the greatness of my beard, then no.
Danny,
by rules of the painting challenge, you're disqualified.
Yeah.
I saw some Lumineth Realm Lords there.
Uh-huh.
And I wondered, have you seen anyone make use of them as high elves, and what did you think of it? Like, have you seen someone like cut off all the like goofy bits from them and make them high elves?
I haven't. I mean, I think maybe the Lancers make kind of cool silver helms, I guess, but you'd have to do some helmet reconstruction on those boys. I think a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. It could look cool. I'm not opposed to it. I just wonder how well they'd rank up, and for sure, like they're new spearmen and new bowman models, so that's infinitely better than what high elves have going on right now.
Big old hands.
Yeah, those big gorilla mitts, Hulk hands,
big fists.
Yeah, that'd be funny to paint your whole army up like they have Hulk hands on.
Beautiful. By the way, the person running this in our Discord, Mark Murphy, Val came in and said, no, they don't. And then confusingly said 9, as if you got 9 points for it, which is the only, I speak German, so there's the only possible explanation.
Excellent.
But yeah, if you guys want to join in, feel free to join us on our Grimcord, available to all of our members across various platforms. There'll probably be prizes. Guys will probably throw. we'll throw some shit that way. So if you want to win random shit, you know where to get it. Even though I really didn't explain it at all. Moving on, let's go around the net. I don't feel that's fast enough. Can we do that again, but have the music be slightly quicker?
Please no. Rich didn't speed it up though. He just pressed the button again. He just pressed the button again. He didn't even try to do the bit.
Yeah, no, he didn't even try.
It was clearly faster. Just time it.
Thank you. That was a good move.
Really good.
That wasn't even a soundboard. That was just a bunch of random people booing you. I found this awful thing on Reddit. Usually I cover up people's names to protect identities. This time I didn't, because it is bad. It's essentially an art piece showing, I think, Guilliman and Ivrain in an Emperor's New Groove style. So what I want to ask the panel just now is describe the plot of Pixar's Warhammer 40,000.
Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say Buzz Lightyear. Turns out that he wasn't crazy the whole time. In fact, he was ostracized for not being as much of a fascist as he should have been as a Space Marine. And the actual Space Marines come back to reclaim him. And it turns out that he's from the missing 11th Legion or whatever it was.
You said the 11th Legion is Space Rangers?
Yeah.
And that makes Zerg Horus.
I mean, your words, not mine.
That's true. Danny, instead of like, apart from just like a dummy thick dumper, describe Pixar's Warhammer 40K.
It's well, as this picture depicts, it's basically the same plot as Grease.
Wait, you said the same plot as Grease?
Yeah, he's John Travolta dancing toward, like, look, it's right there. It's right there, guys. Like, maybe it's like Footloose. I don't know.
Oh, wait,
I never actually saw the Emperor's New Groove. What is it based on? Is it Grease?
The Emperor's New Clothes.
Has no clue. Yeah. All right.
But then, okay, so you're positing a world where
in a world
Guilliman and Ivrain hang out over summer and kind of get the fall. They both go back to the same, I guess.
They're respected races.
Respected races.
Yeah.
Then how do they come back together again? Well, I mean, I guess West Side Story.
John, war brings people together and tears them apart. So sometimes it makes unlikely bedfellows. Like Dante and the Silent King, for instance.
I would love for Kato Sicarius to sing "Love Will Tear Us Apart" to Guilliman, just begging for the Legion to be kept together and to leave the alien girl alone.
Didn't Ivrain bring Guilliman back from the dead, if you know what I mean?
She did.
Well, partly. You also got a cool robo suit.
Need I say more?
Gave him male enhancement, and he lived again.
I'm just saying. His shriveled, disused Space Marine junk. I just love the idea that a Space Marine's wedding tackle remains original size and then probably just shrivels away even more. So they just have like just the tiniest cock and balls that are just like
I would
like the tail that we have. Like some people still have like a tail pocket because we no longer have a tail. We have tail bones.
We all have
like a
human being like a bulldog's tail, but also like many bulldogs' testicles and penis. Very small and not correctly proportioned, unless you're Richard's dog, in which case ruined.
Very powerful penis.
Just a thick bratwursty penis.
Well, you know what, guys? That is actually a fantastic transition to the next thing I found, which was this guy here.
A guy?
Yeah, well, I don't want to assume.
This seems to be right up old Johnny's alley here.
Just because my wife is an Asian lady in her 30s.
Nurgle 31. I think you're getting.
I'm dying. I'm gonna ask you guys, what's the first date like with Nurgle?
Tell me.
Oh, well, this works. I ask the questions,
Usually
then I
ends with a
sip the
skin
wine,
condition,
and you
John.
answer.
Oh man.
Were you guys as surprised as I was that this was Matt?
If this was Matt,
Man, Nurgle.
oh man.
The chat is saying to back it up, John. How do you feel about that? Are you so against? Like, let me know how you're feeling here, bud.
No diggity. No diggity.
Oh, diggity indeed. Start chatting today.
Yeah. So what are Nurgle's red flags?
Well, misspelled Nurgle. I mean, that's one thing for sure.
That's fair. It's
31
really hard
years
to
old
find
might be a little long in the tooth for a cam girl.
the tooth between the legs.
I mean, of course, might be just peaking for stomach mouth though, especially if they were of the Nurgle
Oh.
persuasion.
Oh,
You know, Nurgle loves that.
Love a good
Some
stomach
species.
mouth.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Moving on. Dickie, you have any, you look very excited off screen right there.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Show us your hands. All
You
right.
know
Well,
what?
if you're
I
not
don't know
going to
why I
show
did
us your
that to
hands, we're going to
Dickie.
move
I
on.
showed you my hand.
I hope I never have to see that again.
Moving on. This one here is a disappointed woman. See, it's all linked this week.
Yeah.
He's a 10, but he doesn't write custom lore for his armies. Starting with you, Danny, tell us the cringiest lore from your current army.
Oh, easy. It's Thazar the Necron pirate. He is the most garbage character in the history of 40K, probably, or at least close to the top. He's a terrible character, and they even make fun of him in the lore for being an idiot. So, yeah, Thazar sucks.
You made me snort wine up.
I was about to say, I'm
my-
pretty sure wine just came out of John's nostril.
Oh, I missed
Well,
it.
I was taking a sip and I breathed into the glass in a snort, which the shape of the glass then blew it up my nose.
You know,
which
when
was
they
a-
call like having a drink of something a snort, John, that's not what
Not
they mean.
literal. Not
Yeah.
literal.
no,
It
I
doesn't
found
go
that
in
out
the
in
nose.
Vegas
It
when I
either
asked
goes
for a
in the mouth
snort.
or the butt.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh.
Val, what's your cringiest lore?
I had creamsicle colored Tau, and one of the first tournaments I ever went to, they had like a lore requirement. It was the Capital City Bloodbath at the time. And this is only going to make sense if you're from Ontario. Well, I guess Canada. I called them they were led by the commander Jack Laytow, based on Jack Layton, the leader of the NDP here in Canada.
Strong mustache.
Had a strong mustache and also orange. So they were the Laytow. That was it.
Nice. Dickie, what about you? Yeah, I know you have strong mustache, orange glasses, but we're gonna need some custom lore, not just Val's applied to yourself.
I guess I'm the guy that she's making. I don't think I've ever done lore or custom lore for any.
Do it now. You're world eaters. What does your lord do?
Yeah, what's his name? What's his favorite color?
Pink.
Surprising.
Yeah.
So yep, I would have said
He
red.
likes lung wounds, John,
Yeah.
from the air that gets in the blood.
Or he gets so excited that his tiny little marine just dilutes the blood pink.
Got him.
Got him. Beautiful. Oh, moving on. Next up here. Oh, this is, by the way, I just threw this in here. I wanted to remind everyone that
Sure.
it is canon lore that Scorpack Lord for Necrons is called Senor Scorpack. And that is the reason everyone should buy the Spanish rules version of the Necron Codex. That was it. We can move. There's no questions. I just love
Senor Supremo.
Senor Supremo is my favorite.
I'm
ever.
really sad that Senor is just gone from this iteration of the Codex, and we just have the Supremo. Well, that was it. I love that it's Senor Supremo. Moving on. Danny, I put this down as Danny's Rules Corner, where I would like for you to explain why this makes sense.
Does that tank have a swastika on it?
No, it says
No, it's 089.
Good, because if it said 55, we would have still been in trouble. But it's slightly less racist than you thought it was.
All right. Well, wouldn't have been the first time I found some stuff. But let's get
propaganda in the show. Yeah. I know.
Whoopsie. This seems
I don't
interesting.
think this is right, but I'd have to research it. I don't know. I've never encountered this happening before.
Danny, as a
Basically-
talking head on the internet, you actually just say what you think. You don't
Yeah,
research.
so
It is measured from base,
sure. It
but I
seems,
don't think it's measured from model hull. That's interesting.
but it's vertical coherency. Yeah, exactly. So I think it's measured from the or it's vertical engagement range of 5 inches, but I feel like it's measured from the bottom of the floor to the top of the floor, not from like the middle. Those are some nice black banana peels.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Just wanted to make sure.
beautiful. Stinky John. I don't know. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. It makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah. Explain in
Loose
lore
rules.
terms why the model on the left cannot fight the model that is directly looking at.
On lore terms.
Yeah.
In lore terms.
Yeah.
Oh, this is easy. Carnifexes are extremely afraid of heights. And so even though he's climbing up on this rock, that's as high as he wants to go. He doesn't want to have to lean over, reach over, because if he falls on his back, the spore chimney things that he has on his back, they don't let him get back up. It's like an
No.
ultimate turtle situation. He's dead.
That's
too bad.
fair. That's fair. Of course, the hive mind can solve and adapt to anything apart from vertigo.
Correct.
And what about the tank? Why can the tank fight? No
'Cause-
lore reason.
Just gonna run
Because
over the
tanks
building.
can drive through a building.
Yeah, yeah, that's
makes
obvious.
sense. Easy.
Yeah.
Clear
Thank
as
you.
day, really.
It
That's
looks
fair.
like the Hormagaun's gonna like jump out of the building like and do some epic like
Yeah,
Chinese
that'd be sick.
something off the top and
If he did like a swan dive right into
Yeah.
like the hatch, like, and then just had
and
his
die
legs
because
through.
he's only
and then
strength 3. Yeah.
Quick question:
actually
can,
just-
can flamers still shoot planes in 10th edition?
Yeah. For
Yeah.
sure.
I love that is just something they're like, nope, we're just always gonna make this a thing.
Can you
There's nothing,
imagine
there's
the
nothing
sight
we
of
could
that
do. There's
torrent?
no way we could solve this with keywords. What?
Poor Mikey Brand comes in and is like, hey, what did we just say? Flamers can't target flying. Nope. Not at all.
Or how about aircraft? Don't they have an aircraft keyword now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just
Yeah,
say no
just target
aircraft.
Yeah.
No. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
I saw 40K just now. Boom.
I heard you guys love
Did it.
Russian propaganda, so I pulled this one for you both.
Uh-huh.
It says Russia Today's chief Margarita Simeon or Semyon. Yeah, it says
Not-
she's writing a book about the terrifying woke future that awaits mankind, wherein our species goes extinct because everyone has cut off their genitals and replaced them with household objects, from a hose to a vacuum cleaner. Danny, does Games Workshop have a case for copyright infringement on this post?
Yeah.
No, John, they don't. It's too generic of a topic. I don't think that they can have any kind of copyright claim here, in my opinion, as non-legal advice, John.
Fair. Val, if we replaced our genitals with a hose from a vacuum cleaner,
Right.
which is also, by the way, Danny and I's nickname for our friend Josh, where does the dirt go?
Well, I also want to know, do I have the functionality of, say, the Spaceballs lady who could go from suck to blow at will?
No, you're literally just
interesting.
yourself, but instead of a penis, you have a hose.
So I have a penis is in many ways, especially mine, like a
Right.
hose.
But yours would be so similar. The vacuum companies would sue you for infringement.
It's a real hog, buddy. It's a real hog.
Look, I'll say this: if you get a vacuum hose instead of a penis, your helicopter game is going to be on fucking point.
Can you make the like noise with it? Like when you spin it around, like that hose thing?
Or is there no motor, John?
No diggity.
No doubt.
Okay.
Also, I'm just gonna look into this from a hose to a vacuum cleaner. So I could also replace my penis with a vacuum cleaner.
You could have a vacuum at the end of your penis, Val.
I mean, there's some benefits there.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay. You could scare away most dogs.
Yeah, not my. Actually, that's a very good point. My
do you
dog,
often show your
my
genitals,
dog
Ed?
attacks my vacuum constantly.
Oh no! Okay.
So this could not. This would not. Go, it does not end well.
You want to do that? We have a comment here. Where is it? It's Dickie saying, "Did we just become spiky ghosts?" And I want to throw in here. We're gonna course correct here. There's gonna be no more very adjacent weird stuff that's sort of 40K related. To make sure that we have the highest quality content that's not just kind of things.
I tune into the Long Wharfs because they baited me in with some old world content last week.
And you stayed for the poop story.
And no, the poop story you can skip over the poop story because it's always right at the beginning. It's always off the top. I mean, easy enough to dodge. However, I then had to listen to two guys who have probably not even read. I don't even know that they've read the title of the Old World. They probably only received this knowledge from there, and they just made up nonsense for 40 minutes, including Rob Baer saying, theorizing that Old World was replacing AOS, that everything was lining up, and then that actually what's going to happen is that AOS is being discontinued. And that's what Dawnbringer is. He's like, the end times happened, man, and they released this campaign, and then it was over, and now old world's coming. It lines up. And I'm like, this is the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. The whole story.
Man, if I just knew we could come on air and just give insane takes rather than make fun of things, I would have done that a year ago. Holy crap.
But I can't commit to a bit like they commit to that bit. Like that bit is just the bad takes are just they're too committed. I couldn't say what they were saying with a straight face.
Let's commit to the bit here. Moving on to this from Jordan Dicebreaker on whatever the fuck it's called now. It says MTG's Cluedo inspired crossover that you win by fingering a murderer. So for our panel here, if Cluedo 40K exists, guys, who are you fingering?
Look, if I finger the murderer, do I bring them to justice as well? Like, am I doing this for justice?
Sure. That's a good question. Morally, you have to ask yourself, is it for justice or is it for my own personal pleasure?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, these are two different things. I mean, it's not necessarily mutually exclusive, but, you know, some people are into murderers. I'm not one of them. But if I'm fingering the murderer, does that bring them to justice?
Mm-hmm. In the setting of 40K, is there a murderer in particular that you would want to finger?
Actually, that's a hard question.
Yeah,
because everyone's a murderer, right? Like all of them are murderers. Like literally everyone we've met in 40K is a murderer, which is kind of crazy to think about. Is there someone who wouldn't qualify to be fingered as a murderer?
I think the Emperor of Mankind, but just because your finger would burn up before you got like past the knuckle.
I mean, he's a murderer a billion trillion times over, is he not?
Yeah, I mean, he's murdered. Yeah, every day he murders millions of people.
Every day he's murdering. Every day he's
murdering. Murdered in your name. Is that really your fault?
I mean, do you have to really finger him though? Doesn't everybody know?
That's true. That's true.
I mean, like, look, there's there's a time and a place to finger somebody, and like you have to be selective on that, right? Like
someone confined to a chair like that might appreciate a fingering more than someone who is fully able-bodied,
or maybe they can't, like, you know, they don't want that. But how are they going to tell you they're confined to that chair, Val?
Well, I mean, I mean that's true. I was assuming let's just be clear here. I was assuming that consent had been established and clearly communicated psychically with the corpse emperor.
You would have a thing or a situation where you'd be like, you thought you fingered the emperor, but it was I, Cato Sicarius.
Also a murderer.
Yeah. But I would never finger Cato Sicarius.
No. We want as little to do with him as possible. No diggity.
No doubt.
Moving on.
Definitely bag that one up.
Yeah.
Hey.
I found this one of Heart of Iron 4 memes.
Oh no.
They retweeted from Subnautica, which goes to the depths I go for this show. but it's a simple trigger a fan base with one sentence.
I mean, this one has Hitler on it. This one definitely actually has Hitler on it. 100%. It top
Where?
left. Hitler is in the literal
Right.
thing.
Do you know what Heart of Iron's 4 is?
Yeah. I'm just
Okay.
saying you're always trying to get Hitler in the show.
John, what is Heart of Iron 4? I don't know.
It's a strategy game set in World War II.
It's
Oh, look
the
at
final,
that.
it's the
Self-censor.
it's the final form of
Where'd he go?
it's where Crusader Kings finally ends up, is it not? Or is
Yeah.
that, or am I confusing it?
No, it's very similar engine. Essentially, you take Switzerland and try to become the most aggressive country in the world and take everyone over and fail miserably. If you're me, that's what you do anyway.
Steiner.
But speaking Games Workshop wise, 40K fantasy specialist games trigger a fan base with one sentence.
I got one.
Dickie, go.
I've got it. Yeah. Go
Uh,
ahead. Dickie.
Magnus did nothing wrong. He's okay.
And we said
Classic.
trigger,
Yeah.
not board.
Classic.
I mean, you could have just been like, Dark Angels are chaos. Whoa.
Well, I mean, they are, but other than that.
How about
Danny?
female
Horny.
Space Marines are necessary for 40K?
Yeah.
Female Space Marines have larger penises than male Space Marines.
That
Probably.
is true because male Space Marines famously no penis.
All right, maybe.
I'll give you a maybe.
Chat coming in strong here, King. I'm sorry, coming in strong here. Kim L saying Matt Ward is back. Big Papa is saying Underworlds is good. You know, I had fun with Underworlds.
Yeah, Underworlds was
Not
that.
enough to invest how much they want you to be competitive, but it was a solid-ish enough system.
Seemed like fun.
Quick little game thing.
It was fun. Yeah.
But yeah, Danny, I think I agree with you with like, yeah, female Space Marines are necessary. Oh, female Space Marines provide the organs to turn Firstborn into Primaris.
Oof. How about Stormcast Eternals on square bases?
Oh yeah.
I'd do it. I think it would look cool. Like them on 40s, like a 40 millimeter based army. I think it'd be fine.
Yeah, they'd be sick.
Val's got a
Will
way
it
better
happen?
one. Val's got a
Gonna
way
wait-
better one that he refuses to say.
What's my better one?
What book series have you not read?
Horse Heresy?
That's right. Not one book. Not one. How
You
is
should
that even
start with
possible?
Nemesis
No.
and then
No.
Horse Heresy is dumb? Was that how I would trigger them in one sentence?
Yeah,
Trigger
no.
you, apparently.
Yeah,
well,
certainly.
Royal Custodia here is trying to, Danny, incite us with his thoughts by saying Fast and Furious 3 is the best. But I would argue that as a movie, it's probably like structurally one of the better of the 10. It's very tight. It's very well storyboarded. All the action is very good.
Is Fast and the Furious 3? Is that Tokyo
Tokyo
Drift?
Drift?
That is Tokyo Drift.
Yeah, it's Tokyo Drift.
Yeah. That
Um,
was a good movie.
just a quick, I got a little bit of a meta fan theory here. That
Love it.
that in fact, like, just because like the Horse Heresy is just say a comically long time to get to the end.
Mhm.
And do you think that maybe this whole time Dan Abnett has just been catfishing everybody, and there actually is no end or death?
No, because in the first two volumes of The End and the Death, they say the end, the death legitimately 300 to 400 times. To the point where the star was like, hey, they said the thing. And then by the end, I'm like, stop saying the thing. We get it.
Please.
Please stop saying the thing.
Dan
I
Abnett did a find and replace for the word the and just changed everything to the end and the death instead of just the.
That is how it feels at times. I would love for volume 3 to finish the very last page, be like, finally, the emperor stood in front of Horus and then killed him and then sat on the throne. And just have
Plot
all
twist?
of these books, all of these thousands of words resolved in one paragraph that looks like it was written by an intern at a
Yeah.
computing firm.
ChatGPT
with-
it.
Yeah. ChatGPT, sum up this in one paragraph. But it won't happen. It's
I
good.
mean, the end and the death would kind of cover it.
It was the end. It was the death. As is said several times, it is the end and the death.
So, quick question. who is saying the phrase "the end and the death" if the characters involved are unaware of an end or death?
Val, who isn't saying the end, the death? Is it our unnamed voiceless or narrator floating, telling us the events are happening? Is it the characters in the moment, winking heavily towards the camera, Jim style?
Oh,
yeah. When they're like, Sanguinus, we should go now, and he's like, yes, otherwise it will be the end, the death. Just staring like right into the camera.
That's awful. Oh, that is just terrible.
Yeah. I believe Royal Custodian Chat says Samus. Demon says it as well. It's a very oft-used phrase.
I'm just going to say, much like all the Marvel movies, kind of dodged a bullet.
Wait, you haven't
all
watched
the
the
Marvel
Marvel
movies
movies either?
No, I watched the first half of the end one, and then I never bothered seeing the second half.
So you watched the first half of a movie that requires 12 movies to understand where you're at?
Yeah, and I did watch a summary of those 12 movies, though, on the YouTube, and felt like I kind of got away with it.
Beautiful. Yeah, you absolutely did. Well, post Endgame. Endgame was
a lot of entertainment there, Val. Nice
job. Back to the old world with you. Moving on, we have this beautiful slide here from Arturo. It says, Tau players, is this thing worth it? And to that, guys, I ask you, is that ginger person worth it?
Oh, absolutely.
He does not look like he has a good grip on that manta. I'm not going to lie. I feel like it is.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a little bit forward in his stance. I feel like that could slip right out.
Doesn't have a strong base for sure.
You really got to watch your stance. Make sure it doesn't slip right out.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Large Forge World models, guys. Best, worst, in between. Like I know a lot
is
of them
this
are
the
hobby
best
projects.
or worst?
No, like in your opinion. Like I've seen we have a friend who got a Warlord Titan, which is a phenomenal model. I actually had two built at my house at the same time. It was very strange. Huge, but at the same time, what do you even do with it? It's enormous.
I like the idea of using it as like one of those lantern jockeys on your driveway.
Jack-o'-lantern. Danny, what is your favorite large Forge World model?
Like looks wise, I guess I don't know. Probably I would say the Chaos Reaver is my favorite. I really like that model a lot. Or the what's the Titan with the what's Val got?
I don't know.
He's showing us his favorite Forge World model.
What? I just thought of this. It's the big fucking fire dragon. That thing rules.
What's this thing?
I think this is Squiggoth. No.
Oh, is it the land train?
Oh, did you get a land ship, dude?
It's a land ship, baby.
Sick.
Man, that looks official as heck. Let's take that off camera in case they check the streams.
Oh no, this is definitely legit, 100%. I have actually, if you want to see my recast, it's over there.
That's
how do you sell a recast?
What I was heading towards.
What? I thought you were saying that. I thought you said it wasn't legit.
How do you sell a recast?
Yeah.
I don't want to sell it. I want to sell it. I don't want to. I mean, I don't want someone to give me like the money that this would cost.
Ask me again in 3 slides, and there might be a place where we can go with that. Next up, Danny, you shared this one here, and I kind of added to it a little bit, but tell me, what are we looking at here?
Oh,
I don't know, Dickie.
I've got to push the button.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, perfect. Here we
got
an Amazon bought together here. It's cat ear headphones along with a pink mouse and the Black Templars Start Collecting set for Combat Patrol. So
we're only 413 Canadian dollars.
Yeah, which is totally reasonable there. Those must be nice headphones. I don't know.
Guys,
how much does Start Collecting cost? 200?
You dropped the bag again, buddy.
No, I have no recollection or knowledge of what 413 Kadin is. Is that a good price for a mouse, a headset, and some miniatures?
I don't know. What would you pay for a headset, a mouse, and some miniatures? I think the majority of this would be the Combat Patrol. To be honest.
Which faction is most likely to be enamored by cat girls?
It's in the meme, John. It's Black Templars players.
They're the Templars, apparently.
So many times.
Do you think, Danny, when you go to LVO, or if you go to LVO, you're going to give, if you find a Black Templar opponent, you're going to be like, oh, here, these are for you, and give them cat ears, and then use your size to intimidate them into wearing them for the whole
John,
game.
that sounds like something that I would absolutely, as a bully, that sounds like something I would absolutely do.
Absolutely. I love it. This might be secret knowledge to a couple of folks here, but we have a couple of finance guys on this podcast, and I wanted to talk to them about some figures that just got released. So Dickie, Val, you're up as this first one comes up saying, Games Workshop slips 11% on drop in licensing income.
That was really funny that's why they think that they dropped 11%.
Guys, are we in trouble? What's happening with Games Workshop?
Well, actually, I haven't looked since, so it may have bounced already. So as I'm gonna talk, I'm gonna update this.
This is kind of the same as with Danny with the rules, where you're talking head and the internet context doesn't matter. Just spout baloney. We don't want.
No. I'm genuinely curious because when that happened, I guess that was Friday. So yeah, today would be the first time that this is actually we had a trading day, and it continued to drop a little bit, dropped 0.5% today. So it didn't bounce. But yeah, it was 11% in one trading day. Basically, they gave their they're sort of, they have a half year report and they have obviously their full year report. They gave their half year report and they said that actually they were ahead on earnings. They were ahead on everything and slightly missed on licensing. And so I think basically the financial media was like, aha, because they didn't do really great on licensing. The thing dropped 10% or whatever. I suspect what it was is that they didn't beat their sales from last year as crazily as they probably should have, given that it was the release of a 40K edition. Mm-hmm. And I suspect the fact that they're kind of just selling out, like they're at a capacity. You can only sell that out so much. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like they made more. It's like, yes, it was the new edition of 40K, but it was still just, instead of there being other things to buy, they just sold the new edition of 40K. You know what I mean? It's not like they were selling that more. They just sort of sold. It was just the new edition 40K. It could have been anything because they just sell everything. So I think they didn't grow their profits as much as I think the street thought they should have. That would be my guess. And by the way, this is totally a guess. And so it ate shit. Also, the Amazon deal is not materialized.
Sure.
Yeah.
That'd be my guesses.
I got taken on a financial roller coaster last week, not just because my heating's out, but because we got that information about dropping 11% off of licensing, and then everyone kind of calling doom and gloom, and this is the end of GW and all these awful things. And then I saw this next one up here, like immediately afterwards. So it was Games Workshop hand staff £2,500 bonus as half year's profits rise 12%. So my question for you guys, obviously as financial experts, is what's Mike Brandt buying with
£2,500? Maybe like one new rare coral for his Terranium.
Oh,
Beautiful. The joke's so inside you can't see it from the street.
Probably like a bottle of Pappy Van Winkle. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Pappy Van Winkle.
Congrats, Mike. Then there's this. So yeah, their profits rise 12%. I would love to go back to like the 8th edition and probably even the 9th edition drops. And I suspect that they made like just so much more money than an extra 12%, but maybe I'm wrong.
Who knows? But yeah, great things.
Also, the licensing thing was completely overblown. Like that is literally like it's a tiny fraction of their income. They did something like 12 million first half of the year last year. There was 11 million this year. It was like it's like a nonsense comment to say that.
Right, like it's a growing part of their business model, right? Like, and I think it's a really valuable part of their business. Like, but I mean, obviously, I think that there are other things that they make a lot more money on.
I don't even think it's 10% of the pie. At this
We do have a live view of their licensing manager right now on this next slide, Dickie, if you want to throw that
up. Hey.
Yeah, sensible chuckle that no one who listens will understand.
Oh, hey.
Hey, you know where you could sell that land ship, by the way, Val? We were talking about Dickie. Where
Which
can you
one?
sell that land ship?
The old one or the new one?
I don't care. It's a transition.
Oh, okay. Oh! Goddamn. Woo! I didn't see it coming.
It surprised and shocked me.
It was so set up. Welcome.
You won't believe what game they're playing tonight.
It's the one I always fall back on when I sit at 8 p.m. on a Sunday night.
Oh, man.
And remember...
Is that Vin Diesel in a Christmas hat?
Well, family's really important this time of year, Val. But when it's 8 p.m. on a Sunday night and you think, shit, I didn't write a show yet, then you always go back to the eBay Price is Right Christmas edition. Vin Diesel, of course, pictured because family is what's important this time of year. But tonight, on a special Christmas edition of the eBay Price is Right, we're looking, as always, for the next great Warhammer price predictor. Our contestants will bid on a series of Warhammer items recently sold on eBay that I found by Googling Christmas Warhammer.
Okay.
Will they guess the final auction price and win prizes? I hope so, as we see who knows their Warhammer and who's heading home.
Yeah,
4-1.
This freaking game.
If
that's going to be the level of joke we hear through this segment, I'm done. I'm out.
Our first contestant, raring to go, hailing from Moscow, Idaho, he's a law student in his final year. He might be able to pass the bar, but can he pass his quiz? It's Danny McDevitt.
John, I am ready to bid on some eBay Prices Right. I'm ready. I'm here.
Heck yeah. And his opponent from the frozen, forgotten wasteland of Toronto, Canada, isolated in the nuclear winter of the North. He has no one but his family for company, who he must keep safe from the roving packs of mutated, reanimated corpses that did not read the fine print about socialized medicine.
You live in Alaska.
With only his father's Smith & Wesson for protection, the only item he could smuggle past the Canadian military regime, he's down to his last 2 rounds and a homemade explosive device, but will he guess the right price? It's Val Heffelfinger.
Smith & Wesson.
I don't know guns. I live in America. Come on now.
Hey, question. How much do I have to pay for you to write a new story for me every week as an introduction?
Never. Well, every week I add about a sentence onto Val's introduction because it's hilarious that he is far more urban and modernized than I am in Alaska. But it's fun pretending he lives in
by way of
4.
Scotland.
True. Yeah.
Like, what percentage of your life have you had running water?
Like 5?
It's got you there.
Oh,
zing!
Are you talking about peeing? Because peeing, I've had running water my whole life.
Oh yeah, drips they call them.
I got the drip. But anyway, let's get going. We have a whole bunch of fantastic items up for not offer because they're already bought. But the first up here is our limited edition staff exclusive Xmas present. Bronze Space Marine statue. I do believe they charge staff £2,500 for this, which is about the same amount as $30.
Just immediately get back all of the staff's money.
Yeah.
You can have £2,500 or whatever's in this box.
I will say, Danny, do you think someone's buying this to make it a true scale Space Marine? Because I did notice scale's a little off.
Oh, that's tough.
Do you think? Are
we doing the closest thing again, or are we doing proper?
Yeah, I'm going to do math again. We're gonna be good.
So it's actual Price is Right or bullshit?
It's bullshit Price is Right, where it's closest. You can go over, but I'm done. The days of $1 bids are done.
Almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, homie. Let's go.
Oh, I wouldn't know about hand grenades. We live in America, not Canada. Val.
What did he say?
Fight Danny as our defending champion.
Yeah, he's defending champ. He's defending champion. I defer to you, sir.
And I believe, is that Hulk Hogan in a Santa costume? No, I don't think so. But anyway, what's hiding in his sack, Danny? How much is it going to cost you?
Shriveled testicles.
Yeah, well, it's a meaty sack, John. I think this guy is going for it's bronzed.
That's what it says.
Bronzed.
A wooden plinth. Is that what it comes with?
Yep.
Well, your words, not mine. I can't say that because it's not in the listing.
All right.
Bronze,
I'm gonna
though.
say, God, this has got to go for $325.
You know what it takes to sell miniatures, Danny? Bronzed balls. I'm going $750.
Oh,
$750.
To the moon.
Mm.
Well, you both
Oh.
wrong. It was $140.53. Old rules, you would have both been losers. But in
Fortunately,
this
Danny
case,
is a winner.
Danny is slightly a winner.
I mean, I did guess
close.
a very large number.
I want half a point for that one, John.
Nope, you're gonna get a full
You
point.
take the full point.
You're getting the full point, even though you're more than double wrong. You're still closer than 750. Moving on, we have this wonderful, beautiful seasonal Warhammer Christmas cards, vintage collection of Games Workshop cards. Looks like we have a 3rd edition cover on there. Looks like the Warhammer Siege cover is on there as well. A little old, was that 3rd edition? 2nd? What was that with the fantasy one?
Warhammer Fortress. There's Warhammer 4th edition. This is the High Elves versus Goblins.
4th, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
3rd edition Blood Angels cover. 3rd edition by John Blanche.
That's an iconic cover. Come on.
And then beautiful Wayne England drawing of White Dwarf.
Wow.
I'm going to say that this was going to go for, geez, it's got to be $42, John.
Wow.
$42.
I was thinking $32.50, so let's go $32.50.
Okay. $32.50 for you right there. And these are beautiful cards. Yours for only $12.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna say $12.
So moving on to our next one
John,
here.
where are you finding these people are selling this Warhammer memorabilia for extremely cheap. I feel like this stuff should be
$30 shipping. $30 shipping.
Yeah, that's where the money is. You got a bubble wrap. Like, I've been watching a lot of Pawn Stars this week. You know, I can buy that, but I got to buy a frame for it. I'm gonna have to display it, sit in it for a while. Yeah, it's not worth more than $12.54.
Okay,
one bit.
Moving on for Val here. Our next one here is from last year. It is the Warhammer 40k collectible coin, the Red Gobbo Christmas Grots Orcs Game Workshop new. I will say these coins are amazing. Danny, I know I picked one up for you when I was in the UK. Super cool things. Very collectible, much cool. But how much did someone pay for the Red Gobbo Christmas Grot Orcs?
$65.
65. Whoa. Thank you for just making me stop talking. I appreciate that.
$25, John.
Shit.
25 for Danny. Yeah. And it was $17.30.
All right, so no one likes memorabilia. I got to remember this.
That's what I'm realizing.
The vibe I'm getting.
Good.
Model's good. New in box, collectible stuff good, but anything that's not a model, no one gives a shit. Got it.
Yeah.
Even though, as Nurgle Matt says in chat, we love Red Gobbo. Just not financially.
Yeah, just not in coin form.
Moving on, we have this guy here, which is confusing to me. Maybe chat can help me out, or maybe even in the comments, let me know what this even means. It's the Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader RTLE Spaced Out Marine, aka Christmas Marine. I cannot figure out what is Christmassy about this at all.
Does he have a sack over his shoulder?
Maybe.
Doesn't even have a beard, really.
No.
Now this is a model, Val. So
I know this sucks.
Like some increased value here. He's a Rogue Trader model,
and you never know with these old lead lumps whether or not they're like worth a bunch. Or
He'll
nothing.
definitely give you heavy metal poisoning.
I will tell you, he is subjectively awful. If that helps you guys.
He's objectively awful, John. I'm going to say that. I'm going to say, oh man, $35.
35. Val, Danny doesn't seem to value tradition.
$36.
Oh,
36. Oh,
wow.
11. Was the closest. It was 11.92.
Get wrecked. Get wrecked, Val. get wrecked.
You went the wrong direction, Val.
Had the right instinct, just went the wrong way.
Yeah.
That's okay though. You can save some face. You can't win, but can you make it 3-2, or will Danny almost do a clean sweep with our final item? Now we're gonna pull this up here. Oh, sorry. That's just British television legend Bruce Forsyth. He's gonna move out of the way here.
Thank you, Bruce.
As discussed by Nurgle Matt, everyone loves the Red Gobbo, and we have right here the Red Gobbo, the 2019 special Christmas miniature. So starting with you, Danny, how much did the Red Gobbo go for? It was sold on December 3rd. So it was someone with Christmas on their mind.
$30, John.
$30.
I had $27 in my mind. I'm sticking with it.
27. The right number is
This game is bullshit. This game is bullshit.
162.50 for the Red Gobbo. I remind everyone, and maybe if I can put this in here, that everyone loves the Red Gobbo.
Unless he's a bronze
Danny's
coin.
just leaving. Danny's just done. I'm done with
Is
this.
this done? Let me just pull this here real quick.
I wasn't sure which one I had. I gotta check this guy out. I gotta see how much these things are worth. Jesus Christ, I'm sitting on a gold mine here.
You just throw this on here.
Just another successful adventure.
You want to go back, pull that slide back up there real quickly, Dickie? Nurgle Matt from chat.
Yeah.
We love Red Gobbo.
We love Red
Guys, if
Gobbo.
you want to maximize
True.
your eBay values, talk to Matt.
Yep.
He will either confirm your biases or say something random and weird.
Or bid your Red Gobbo the gop, man. Maybe he's cornering the Red Gobbo market.
Maybe he just bought them all and he's selling them off slowly, much like I used to do with leather in World of Warcraft. Moving on, we're going to do a really quick listener question.
There's more?
And we'll get out
Okay.
of here just so we can run this
Wait,
bumper.
what?
The Dickie, the bumper. The bumper.
Oh, the bumper. Bang.
Nice.
Beautiful. This one comes from Nick. He says, what do you think of the new Cosmic concert from McDonald's? I think he means concept, but if you want to roll with concert, that's fine. Both in the fact they are named it after some 80s mascot, and that their big selling point is that you can buy shitty pretzel bites at 3 p.m.
I don't know what he's talking about.
I had
So
no clue what
yeah.
this is.
sorry, I'm not like linked into whatever like McDonald's is doing on social media, Nick. So like,
Have you not
So-
seen Cosmics?
Cosmics to its universe. News is growing this week. I don't know. People don't need to see me read about this. Maybe we can come back to it next week.
Well, when we come back to it, I'll send you an NPR article where they talk about it. It's essentially a rebranded McDonald's.
What from what like is this from some
Basically.
sort of cinematic universe? Is this like what it was in Back to the Future or something?
It's a Rick and Morty reference. You might not understand it.
Oh,
Here we go. No, it's not a Rick and Morty reference at all. This is it right here. In all its grainy glory, it's a Cosmics.
But why?
but they only have half the M.
Yeah, but also half the excitement.
They got the
But
arches
why?
on
What is
there.
the purpose of this? They also don't have the same menu. Very strange.
No, they don't. But yeah. So I guess our thoughts are, yeah,
The creamy avocado tomatillo sandwich? What's a tomatillo?
what's
Luckily,
its
they
not
do,
total
for
yet?
whatever reason, just have McMuffins.
I'm
that
looking
is
at
something
their
you can
menu
do.
right now on Twitter.
Very
I'm sorry, I think
strange.
you mean X?
They have, yeah, whatever, dude. They have the signature galactic boosts. I'm interested in the sour cherry energy burst. Hook me up with that.
Oh,
Yeah,
this
looks
helps.
like
In chat, Royal
Crazy.
Custody said this is Primaris McDonald's.
Oh.
That's pretty good.
It's pretty good, Rob.
Cosmic's
Yeah.
menu is rooted in beverage exploration with bold and unexpected flavor combinations, vibrant colors, and functional boosts.
Well,
We'll see a
with-
range of specialty lemonades and teas. I wonder if these guys will have the drink that kills teenage girls.
No, that's Panera Bread. But
right.
with marketing language like that, if you work at Starbucks, you should probably start looking for other corporate gigs. But yeah, I guess that would be our response is mild confusion. As you can tell by the gray
I'm
in the
too
beard.
old to enjoy this, apparently.
Yeah, that's fine. Anyway,
Look,
moving
if they
on.
start serving Four Loco, then maybe I'm going to pay more attention to that, Kim.
Dude, I hate to say this, Danny, but I think I'm too old for Four Loco now. Gone are the days of pounding a Four Loco.
How do you think he got that gray beard, man?
Yeah,
Or local
3
mileage.
kids. 3 kids.
Well, yeah, it's fair. Look, man, I'm sad for you. I wish that you could stay as young at heart as I am.
Mhm.
But look, I get it.
Yeah,
I get it. I don't have people looking up after me. So if I die due to drinking a Four Loco, it'll be sad. Yours will be a cautionary tale.
that's fair.
A sad cautionary tale that no one needed any caution about. They knew not to do that.
Which I think is a fantastic message to leave.
Leave a redundant cautionary tale.
Thank you for joining us here on this redundant cautionary tale that we call Grim After Dark. You can find
the podcast
all of our socials and where to support us at grimafterdark.com. We'll be back next minute. Oh, we do have something to talk about, guys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Couple things are going to be happening. Scheduling wise, Christmas, super weird. Christmas is on a Monday this year. I'm not fucking doing a show on a Monday.
Never.
So we're going to be off the 25th of December. No show the 25th.
Taking Christmas off. You guys call yourself Americans?
I do.
Taking Christmas off.
Corporate America. Taking Christmas off paid. And then next week, we're going to have a very special episode of the past 3 years. And guys, it feels really weird to say that we've done this for the past 3 years now.
Is that real?
But this is year 3 where we're going to have Pete the Falcon come on and talk to us about his favorite Christmas movie that we told him to watch for this time. This year is going to be Die Hard 2. So if you're looking for Warhammer content next week, there will be even less than normal.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
How many episodes have we done, do you think?
At least
hundreds.
No, it couldn't be hundreds.
140?
Could we
We've done 3 years.
That's
50. No, we haven't. No, we started in the summer. We've done 2.5 years.
2.5 years. So at least 100.
Wow.
Someone figured that out. We've done too many. That's all that matters. So there won't be that much 40K content, but it's always
catch my breath.
A good time. Again, we'll be talking about Die Hard 2. If you are in our Grim Corps with the rest of our supporters this Sunday at a time TBD in the afternoon sometime, Danny and I, at the very least, will be in there watching Die Hard 2 along with you guys to steal all of your best jokes so we can tell them on air like we always do, like you're some kind of Oompa Loompa in a joke factory.
Right. Thank you for giving us jokes.
Then we'll be going to be discussing it on Monday the 18th. There will be no show on the 25th. And then as of January, guys, we are moving. Val, doing very poorly in fantasy football this year, has made a special request that we move to Tuesday nights.
Is it on me?
No, it's not. It's multiple of us. Yeah.
No, that's fine.
So Monday nights on Grim are going to be gone.
We started on Tuesdays. We only moved from Tuesdays to accommodate.
No, we moved to accommodate
dice check.
Chapter tactics, sir.
Yeah, that's why we moved. We moved to
I forgot about that. Yeah,
that's why we moved. Tuesday was our day, but now we're back, baby.
We're going to be back on Tuesdays, back at it. Starting the first week of January, Tuesday nights. Mark your calendar or whatever the hell you use now. Probably not. You'll get a weird notification on your phone. It'll be fine. But remember, when your life feels like a never-ending siege and things can't get any worse, join us here and remember, it's always no diggity.
Bag it up.
It's time to step into the grim darkness where nerds gather talking Warhammer madness. Grim After Dark, the podcast with the hosts John, Danny, and Val, but they're not the most. Claiming to be experts, but it's all a facade. Talking about battles and dice rolls, they're all odd. Trying to sound cool with their Warhammer talk, but I'm here to expose. It's all just squawk. Nerds, everywhere I see talking Warhammer this, like it's a decree. But let me tell you, homie, it is all just a game. In the real world, homie, We are not the same. So put down the dice, step out of the dark. It's time to live life, nerd, make your own mark. Grim after dark, the nerd's playground. Talking Warhammer this, acting all profound. But when I listen, it's all just a bunch of noise. I love roasting nerds and their stupid ass toys. Stupid ass toys, I wanna grab them. Put my hands around the neck, squeeze, squeeze, Warhammer squeeze, until they can't breathe or breathe again. Tell a friend, I'm out here roasting nerds again.